Welcome to Love Byte.
My husband and I used to have a good marriage. I have a lot of work after I moved job roles. We couldn't spend as much time together. I was exhausted and addicted to my phone. Edit. I spent 2 hours a day on my phone. I wasn't cheating on him with my phone. My husband was convinced I was pulling away from him. He confided his worries to a female friend, a woman who was interested in him. She convinced him that I was cheating. He sought refuge with her. She was very manipulative and capitalized on his childhood trauma. It was an emotional affair. Then she kissed him. He told me out of guilt the day before. I was crushed. I had never cheated on him. I had never even thought of another man. He begged me for a second chance. I thought I could move past it because his cheating was not as bad. I have access to his phone, his computer, his location, everything. He gave it to me willingly. I didn't ask. His affair partner flipped out when he told her he confessed and that we were going to try reconciling. He was texting her with my permission because I wanted to know if he was telling the truth. She tried to convince him that I was cheating. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken him back. Then she said I had no self-esteem. He made no contact with her. After 3 months, we were both in individual and marriage counseling. We were doing well. Then his affair partner and I ran into each other. I don't know if she was stalking me or not. She verbally attacked me before she escalated. I filed a police report. She was arrested and released on bail. However, it will take months before anything happens. I also tried to get a protection order, but it's harder than expected to get one. I found out that she was making TikToks about being the other woman. My husband has been a model husband since then, but my gut tells me to file for divorce. She genuinely scares me. What do I do when my husband has been a model husband since then, but I resent him for bringing her into our lives? How do I stop being terrified of her and looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life? Story 1 ends here. Let's begin the second story titled, My 35F Husband's 35M Ex-affair partner is cyberstalking me. About a year ago, my husband of 5 years and I were on the verge of dividing. It was awful. I started talking to another man I knew socially and through work. We flirted, but it never got physical. I came clean after 3 weeks, but I also asked my husband for a divorce after telling him the truth. During our brief separation, I went on a date and even made a dating profile. In the end, after couples therapy, we decided to reconcile and didn't go through with the divorce. During our separation, I assumed he may have reached out to other women, and I was fine with that, but a few weeks after we reconciled, I got a message with screenshots and video from someone claiming to be his girlfriend. She said she had been talking to him on and off for 5 years. The entirety of our marriage. She had proof. I was floored. He hurt my feelings. He talked about how terrible I was and how all he wanted was a good woman. They never slept together or met, but he had this whole relationship with her online that was based around him talking bad about me and how I wasn't enough. We worked through it, but it took some time. I moved out and in with a friend for a brief time, and I went out on a date. I just wanted to feel like someone actually liked me. The date didn't go well. I wasn't ready to date, and although he was nice, I ended it early. He was a friend who knew the situation, so he was understanding. My husband was so hurt by my date. I felt so bad. I was deeply embarrassed with how bad I let my marriage get, and I let him know I was committed to learning and growing as a couple to be both better for each other and just better people in general. My husband and I eventually reconciled. And for a while, we were doing fine until about 2 months ago. It started slowly. I would get weird follow-ups or friend requests. I ignored or blocked. Someone from a seemingly fake account would post things about me on his mother's social media account. For example, her Facebook page would have a post that called me a name and posted screenshots of his conversations with her. They were deleted, but another account would pop up on another relative's Facebook page, or they would get messages. I am not a heavy Facebook user, but I have a professional Twitter page for my career, and she would find me there. Different accounts. She found my workplace Instagram page and, from different accounts, posted there. She left reviews at my workplace, calling me names, telling me I was dumb for staying with him. My husband doesn't seem to think it is his problem. I never met her in real life. I don't know her. I just talk to her. It is exhausting. I need some social media presence for my job. I need her to leave my workplace alone. My husband seems to think this is my problem. And he has recently said that at least he never met up with her like I did mine. But mine were two polite men who I knew socially and who didn't cyberstalk or bother him or me. This woman isn't stopping, and legally, I am looking into my options, but how do I get my husband to take this seriously? She knows where we live. She knows where I work, and for some reason her beef is with me and not with my husband. I asked him to please help me, maybe talk to her, because he never ended things with her. He just blocked her. He said, "I thought you didn't want me to talk to her anymore." I am so lost. Shouldn't we be working to fix this together? I would be so appalled if someone was stalking my husband. I would help him handle it. What can I say to compel him to understand that he created this problem and that I need help with this woman because she is obviously so hurt and mad? I get it. Should I message her and let her know I get it, but her anger is misdirected?